likes to leave a lot of comments. This was on Unknown Emails video. One of the PragerU videos from his Trash Can of Ideology series. He says, instead of just constantly shoving it down your fans' throats, can you explain why you don't like channels like Paul Joseph Watson? And for the love of God, don't just tell me it's because they have a different political view than you do.
Oh God, that one's easy. These
So
kinds
it's
of people, they just foster
Just answer your
outrage.
goddamn question, Baxter.
but it's like, is that not a good enough reason? And he says, no, it's really not. Why is that so? It's a political channel, and we don't like his politics, but apparently that's not a good enough reason to dislike him. We're supposed to what judge the political arguments on like his tone of voice or something? I'm not sure.
And I do. I don't like
Doesn't
his
make any
voice, so
sense to
does
me.
his politics must be shit.
Yeah, and it's just meant to foster outrage, sometimes with lies. Sean and Jen has covered this a lot regarding Paul Joseph Watson, and he, if you form like your politics based on lies, it's going to be harder to respect you on an intellectual level.
That's true.
Appeal to like insecure people always venting about the SJW conspiracy or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure this Comrade Baxter reads a lot of political discourse, and if maybe he just forgot to mention that Marxism is a science, so it's really objective anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what would be a good reason for him to not like a political channel. Doesn't really make any sense. Okay, anyways, let's go to the next one. You guys are just the worst for many reasons. That's it.
Guilty
Just
as charged.
we get a
What's
lot
the
of
reason?
comments like this. It's just like, oh, great argument. You guys suck. Oh, it's like, okay, I don't know, I don't know what you
That's kind
wanted
of
to do.
typical of YouTube, to be honest. That's a lot. Like on every like political channel you get on YouTube.
I usually leave
Your friends are
something snarky in
fucking
response
fake.
though, because that's always fun
Yeah,
to do. One of them I didn't
that's what we're
include
doing
in here
here.
because
We're
it was
just we're
too
just
long.
being
One of them
great snarks.
one of them was like, I watched this video for like 5 minutes and I didn't like it and blah blah blah, and I just responded like,
Isn't
I read your whole comments, and I didn't see any argument in it, so we both wasted each else's time then.
Yeah, isn't like 5 minutes the equivalent to like one alt-right
It's one
attention
Sargon,
span as a unit?
one Sargon. I think that's what you're thinking
Don't
of.
summon him.
A Sargak.
Well, then again, this video might be too long for him.
Mm. A Sargon second.
It's
Okay.
an insult to Iraqis everywhere to have one of their greatest leaders slandered like this.
But now he's the measure of time. So I guess he went. He got somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Next comment. Communism sucks. It's like being a Democrat. That is what Hillary wants to make the U.S., and it's never going to happen.
Hillary's a cultural
This
Marxist.
one, this one is so bad.
Run
I'm
for
not
the
sure if it's a
hills.
troll or not, but I assume it's real. Whoops.
Yeah, Hillary's was a socialist this whole time.
Yeah,
Damn it, we could
apparently
have voted. We could have voted for Marxism, Leninism, and Hillary Clintonism.
communism
Fuck.
is like
Not
being a Democrat.
I I should have listened. I shouldn't have voted for Jill Stein, an eco-socialist. Damn me.
no, even joking about Clinton being a socialist is like gulag worthy. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. You all know I'm an ANCOM. I'm going to Gulag anyway. I might as well be laughing
It's
on the
kind of
way.
No,
weird the
no,
way
you will be
how this
Kronstadted.
person
No, we will Kronstadt you.
phrased it.
Does that mean I'm just gonna be just stuck on an island with nothing to do?
The island will totally not be run by Ja Rule, so it's gonna be okay.
Communism is like being a Democrat, so it's not. I'm guess they're saying it's not quite as bad. Like being a Democrat is worse, which I agree, but
Yeah, but
for
you
a
don't vote
completely
in
different reason.
communism. That's not how it works.
Smash it in.
And most Democrats I know, like their most of their political activism is just voting. So
Yeah.
Voting and writing op-eds on Medium about why they're so mad how Hillary lost because it was Hillary's turn or some bullshit.
Op-eds.
honestly, it'd be better if they just wrote angry letters instead, because they usually get somewhere. Maybe somebody might read them. You don't know.
Oh yeah, totally get somewhere.
I mean, it gets
Okay,
on the
let's go
desk
to the.
and then thrown away.
All right, next one. I only got a few, so. Summary of the video. We against racist unless they are communist, then it's okay. No, that's not the argument at all. The point was that a history of communism that focuses on a few things that Karl Marx said that are racist by today's standards is completely irrelevant and a total red herring. That's what we said. Not we against racist unless they are communist. That's a
What?
very poor understanding of. Yeah, that's just bad.
It's like a
Okay,
tongue
number
twister.
2. Gulags, work camps, and extermination camps is basically the same thing as prison. Well, gulags are
Yeah.
work camps, and they are
But
Well,
they don't
similar to
exterminate.
prison in that some prisons do have involuntary labor in them, namely in the United States. But the difference is in the quality of the prison. If you're in a country that's still trying to industrialize, then yeah, it's going to be way worse than a country that is already industrialized.
yeah, more or less. Also,
Um,
here's the thing. While I do think that the American prison system needs to be abolished, and like God knows how many people are going to be freed from it because they probably got jailed for smoking pot or some shit, or like something
Mostly.
completely, yeah, yeah, like there's still going to be actual rapists and cold-blooded murderers that are going to get the good old Stalin treatment, and there's going to be actual fascists who we will need to deal with at a certain point in time, and your typical terrorists, jihadis, mobsters,
True.
yeah, used car salesmen, things like that.
yeah. Number 3, people is much better in socialist slash communist countries, and that is the reason why they build militarized walls to prevent Westerner from
Well,
coming. DDD. Um, people is much better in. People are much better off in socialist. Well, people were much better off under socialist countries than they were before. That's pretty much almost universally the case. That is
Yeah,
the reason why they build militarized walls to prevent Western. No, obviously it was to prevent their own people from coming out because they gave the people education and free healthcare and all that other shit like that, but they can't compete with wages of the West. So yeah, that's why, because
and
it's a
the only
rip off to
reason,
them to give
yeah,
these people free education for their whole life and then just see all their engineers and scientists leave for higher wages. So
yeah. Also, not to
obviously,
mention, Berlin was like a legitimate spy city. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not going to take a stand defending the wall or being totally opposed to it because, um, opposition to, such militarized borders aside, Berlin was a spy city. I mean, there's no beating around the bush. It was a spy city. There were actual people, Westerners trying to sneak in and spy on the Berliners and get some important intel. And in any sort of war between the East and the Western Bloc, Berlin would be the first battlefront for them. So yeah, it was a legit spy city. Also, people did still leave East Germany, so I don't really see why that's much of a problem.
yeah,
And yeah, like I mean, also compare it. Like East Germany was a post World War II Germany that was just practically decimated. America is like a massive industrialized, hasn't really had a real war in that country, so I don't really see the need why to why it needs to have a wall with like Mexico or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, East Germany, best Germany, and that's the end of the story.
East Germany was best Germany.
East Germany, yeah, it was best Germany.
Let's see. Are there
I
any
hope this guy
more
writes a book.
comments? Yeah, there's another one. Oh, this one's rude. Content
Oh
warning.
boy.
This is a rude one. I'm sorry. I don't make the comments. I just read them. Communism is like jacking off to the B movie, good in theory, but a bit messy in practice. I don't know how they came up with this one. If it could work,
Ugh.
I would
It's
definitely
like
be a
B movie, but a
communist,
porno.
but it never will work, plain and simple. And then Erica replies, one solution to messy jacking off is putting on a condom, so I assume the same will work for communism.
Wow.
I don't know what I.
Remember, if you're gonna do communism, wear protection.
A bit messy in practice. Well, things get messy during a revolution, so yeah. I don't even know what was the point of sharing that. It was just kind of funny, I guess.
This is really out of nowhere.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. In a
Man.
nutshell, some Starbucks communists reacting to the simplest of facts. For a start, Marx was a bourgeois. Everything about
Oh
his
my god.
fucking
Oh,
ideology is
fuck.
invalid.
Okay. I have to respond to this right now. I have to respond to this right now. For starters, Starbucks communist is like an oxymoron. For starters, everyone knows Tim Hortons has better coffee and is all around just better because they don't rip you off with jacked up
Yeah.
prices.
Yeah, I'm a
Stupid
Uh,
Canadian
Starbucks socialist,
communists.
but or I'm a Tim Hortons socialist, but y'all
yeah,
Yanks wouldn't know about that, would you?
yeah, because
I've
America is
heard of Tim
inherently an
Hortons. I didn't know they
inferior
were a coffee
country.
place.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
America is an inferior country. They don't have Tim Hortons. But like, if you're a communist and you go to Starbucks when you clearly have the option to go to Tim Hortons, you are a failure in life. And Marx hates you. And honestly, it doesn't matter that Marx was bourgeois. Like, you really think a worker in the industrial era is really going to have the time to write down communist theory and survive? Like, the thing with communism is that a lot of it depends on defections. I mean, in order for a revolution to succeed, large portions of the armed forces need to defect. So, in the industrial era, large portions of the bourgeoisie defected and became class traitors to the bourgeoisie to help the workers. We're not going to be mad at them for defecting. In fact, we encourage them to defect. Maybe they'll get off easier.
Plus, Marx wasn't bourgeois at all. In fact, he was really, really, really poor. I think like
Yeah,
he
that's
he had
his
like 3 kids survive out of 7. So like 5 of his kids died, which is pretty
fault.
common back then if you were poor. And also, he couldn't afford any medical care to
Yeah,
at
I
least
think
the
they're I
best
think
medical
they're
care at the
thinking
time.
of Engels.
Yeah, he was really sick.
Engels was bourgeois. Marx did not own any means of
Yeah.
production, and it's weird because the right wingers can't decide if they want to criticize Marx for being poor and bad with money or something, or if they want to criticize him for being rich. They
Yeah.
literally they yeah. There's this one image that goes around. Oh, Marx, he never ran for office. He never held a job or some shit.
Never
But
ran
then they
for
go on to say
office.
he had a lot of money from his rich friend Frederick Engels. So okay, so it's bad that Frederick Engels owns a factory, but it's bad when Marx does not own a factory. Like, holy
Either
shit,
way.
make up your mind.
Marx got a small loan of $1 million
Yeah, the whole thing is
And
from
just
Marx or
what
whatever you call it.
it's a non
so
sequitur anyway. Marx was bourgeois. Everything he said is invalid. Like what? It's a non sequitur.
Look, even if he
It's
was a
not even
hypocrite, that
logical.
wouldn't mean he's wrong.
yeah. Also,
Yeah.
guys, if communists are anti-fascist, then why was Frederick Engels an Aryan? Because like
Yeah.
you know,
Good one.
You
yeah,
got
because
me
like
there.
an
Hail
ex-military,
Marx.
blonde hair, blue eyes. Good in his youth, he was good looking. So Engels would literally be the closest ideal to Aryan perfection. as opposed to the actual Nazi leaders who are always off in some way, like either in hair color or stature or something.
Yeah. Let's see. And that's the comments. Okay, so